I've had the Wacom MovinkPad Pro 14 for about 2 weeks now, and I want to explain how it works from my perspective and my use as an illustrator. I'm going to focus mainly on the drawing experience, its performance with different apps and files, and its main pros and cons. At the end of the video, I will give you my conclusions and tell you if it's a serious alternative to the iPad Pro. Before we continue, I should mention that this video is not sponsored or in collaboration with Wacom. I bought the device myself and decided to make this video simply because I wanted to try doing a hardware review as I've never done before, and I want to see how it turns out. I hope you enjoy the video, and let's get started. The first thing that's going to catch your eye when you take it out of the box is its design. At first glance, it doesn't look like a normal tablet, starting with its size, which is quite large at 14 inches, as well as its screen, which is simply spectacular. It's a textured anti-glare OLED with 2K resolution, but I will dive deeper into that later. The back also has different touch compared to any other tablet, with a very pleasant paper-like texture that makes you want to use it without any kind of case. Another standout is the stylus. It's the new Wacom Pro Pen 3, and throughout the video I will explain its features. Regarding its design and feel in hand, I have to say its lightness is surprising. Despite being a fairly large tablet, it's lighter than it looks. It's clear that Wacom didn't just want to differentiate itself in design, but also in user comfort. As a negative point in this regard, the device doesn't have any kind of camera, so we can't forget about facial recognition, using it for video calls, or simply using the camera to take reference photos. For example, I use the camera on my iPad to take photos of my sketches. Another slight negative is that the screen gets dirty quite easily. Fingerprints show up at the slightest touch, though they aren't visible when the screen is on. The pen is also a differentiating factor. It's the best stylus to date for this type of tablet, but for some reason Wacom hasn't included any option to attach the pen to the tablet, except through its official case, which I couldn't find anywhere. However, after a lot of searching, I found a Reddit thread where they mentioned it was compatible with the Samsung Galaxy Tab Ultra cases. And as it happens, I have the S9 Ultra, so I tried its case and it actually works. In fact, as you can see, it includes the same holes as the Samsung case and it attaches perfectly magnetically. Wacom's official case is exactly like this one, just with a different color and texture, but it uses the same system. So if you want to save a bit on the case and not to buy the official Wacom one, which is quite expensive, you can look for one like this for the Wacom Galaxy S9 Ultra, which is fully compatible. It protects the screen very well. It doesn't cover the back, but I don't care because I love its texture. The only downside is that this case doesn't work as a stand. Basically, the tablet always stays flat. There is no way to use it as a stand for drawing on a table. You will always need a separate stand. I use this one from Huion as a portable stand. It's very thin, folds completely flat, and you can unfold its tabs. Also, it's built of aluminium, plastic, and is very light. It can be set in different positions to change the tilt. And it's universal. It works for any type of tablet. I've been using it for several years and honestly it works very well. As for using the tablet in other situations, don't let its size hold you back. I want to emphasize that it's very comfortable, despite being so large. And I really appreciate such a big screen on a device that is so light and portable. Having such a large surface also provides a resting point for your drawing hand, and there is still plenty of screen left to show most of what you are doing. In these past few weeks, I've used it quite a bit on the couch, and honestly, it's a joy. not just because of the physical comfort, but also because of its texture and tickled screen. With the iPad Pro, most of the time I had to keep looking for the right position to avoid reflections. With this screen, that no longer happens. Going deeper into its screen, since it's one of the most important parts of a device like this here, I'm showing it in different situations. Both in indoor and outdoor light, you can see that the anti-glare system makes the screen look spectacular in practically any situation. With the iPad, I've tried several times to illustrate outdoors, but it's a pretty negative experience. This Wacom is the complete opposite. It has a truly all-terrain screen, maintaining a quality of color and sharpness at all times that I have rarely seen. The fingerprint issue is something to keep in mind, but it's not serious either, since you practically don't see them while using it. And again, on an iPad, for example, with glossy screen, fingerprints are even more visible. Regarding the screen, it is the highlight of this device, as it considerably improves the drawing experience in any situation. Wacom has managed to bring the quality of its best displays to a portable tablet. Back to the stylus, it seems to me one of the best pens I've tried to date, in terms of sensitivity and precision. Not so much in ergonomics, as I find it a bit too thin and small. I would have liked it to include a couple of pens, one thinner like this and another a bit larger, typical of their normal tablets. But the good thing about Wacom is that it uses the INPrnt technology, a fairly standardized technology in the market, so you can easily find plenty of brands that make very cool pens. For example, these from the Lamy brand, which have a very nice aesthetic and very good ergonomics and weight. I have so many because they are also compatible with the Samsung tablets and the Kindle Scribe, and that was another point that encouraged me to buy this tablet, to knowing that I could use other compatible pens and not just one. This Wacom One pen, which has a better ergonomics than the one that comes with the tablet. If you look on Amazon for INPrnt pens, you will see there are many more alternatives. And honestly, they work very well. In the end, INPrnt technology is also Wacom technology. They aren't quite as extremely precise as the Pro Pen 3, the one included with the tablet itself. I'm referring mostly to precision regarding pressure, as I think these have fewer pressure levels, and depending on the brand, the type of pressure sensitivity changes slightly. These are very slight variations. In some you have to press a bit more, and in others a bit less, but in the end they all work very well and can be used perfectly just like you'd use an official Wacom pen. For example, the Wacom One pen can be bought separately, I think for between $20 or $30, depending on the deal, and it seems the most comfortable to me, but its pressure sensitivity level is different. You have to apply a bit more pressure, but as I said, it can be used perfectly. But let's get back to the Wacom Pro Pen 3, the one included. This pen uses the Wacom latest technology, and you can really tell. It's simply impressive how well it performs. It works very smoothly in any situation. Whether for pencil sketching, inking or line drawing, it's very pleasant to draw with. It's the closest to drawing with a real pencil that I've ever tried. Because two things that this tablet excels at come together here: the technology and feel of this pen and the texture of the screen, which provides that extra bit of pleasant friction. Besides, it's extremely precise and doesn't show any type of lag or delay while drawing. As I mentioned before, its only downside is the ergonomics. It's not serious because in the end it's a pen, but a larger Wacom pen with Pro Pen 3 technology for this device would improve the experience much more. Regarding the 3 buttons it includes, they are configurable per application meeting. They don't have a global configuration. This can be seen as good or bad thing. In my case, given how I usually use it, I like it this way because I use different apps depending on the illustration I'm going to do, so I find interesting that I can configure it differently in each app. As a conclusion, it seems to me the pen that offers the best drawing experience. By the way, in the description, I have left the link where you can purchase my gaming desk mats. They are very high quality mats, printed in high definition and available in different sizes as well as many designs featuring my illustrations. It's a great way to support my channel and my content, and a good gift for any anime or fantasy fan, or just to add a touch of color to your desk. Now I'm going to explain a bit about how the performance feels with this device in different applications, starting with the Wacom Canvas app. Wacom Canvas is a very simple app that comes pre-installed. It's like a quick app for making sketches and simple drawings. Its weak point is that it's very basic. It includes practically no configuration options, nor the option to save the drawing for later. It also does not include layers or the ability to change the document size, and you can only draw with a few pencils and brushes, but they also have limited colors. It's a very simple app for making quick sketches. On the plus side, it works very well. The strokes feels extremely precise and fast, and you can save documents either. You can only export the images and they will be saved in a gallery put as flat images. Something interesting with this application is that you can turn on the screen with the pen and the application appears automatically, allowing you to draw directly from the sleep mode. I hope they update it in the future, with layers and some extra options, but for quick sketches it's not bad. The next application I want to show you is called Krita. It's practically like having Photoshop on a tablet, but fully focused on illustration, free and open source. Here, as you can see, I'm handling a large format illustration that has dozens and dozens of layers, and this tablet handles without any problem. In fact, I created this illustration with the desktop version of Krita in my Mac, and the file is nearly 2 GB, but this device can move it without any problem. Krita is my main illustration application, and it's a joy to be able to have it on a portable tablet, as I can continue using my brushes in it, the same brushes I use in the desktop version. And you see, even though the image is high definition and very large file, the brushes don't have any delay or lag. They work perfectly. And the last application I want to show you is INPrnt. Let's say it's an app more similar to Procreate, with a minimal interface and fewer on-screen options. Simpler applications like this are the ones I use for line drawing, sketches and so on. And just like with Krita, my brushes are also compatible with this application. In general, INPrnt works very well. It doesn't show any type of lag, delay or parallax. Even with large brushes, it goes very well. Along with Krita, these are the two applications I mainly use on this device. But they are not the only applications available. For example, Clip Studio Paint comes pre-installed, but personally it's an app that has never convinced me. I've used it several times, but I always end up going back to a simpler, less heavy apps. At the same level is Krita, which does practically the same thing. It's a lighter app, open source and totally free. And together with INPrnt, in my case, they make the perfect combination. The application called Concepts is also a very good for Android. It's an app that offers an infinite canvas and is great for making quick sketches and presenting ideas. And finally, HiPaint is also a very good application. It still needs to improve its performance a bit, but in general it works very well. It's the Procreate copy for Android, and despite having paid options, it can be used for free perfectly fine. Wacom has managed with its MovinkPad Pro 14 to create a device that gives you the best possible drawing experience. And precisely that, in the drawing experience, in the feeling while you are drawing or painting, in the feeling the friction of the pen on the screen, its precision and smoothness, its large size, which doesn't penalize it at all, and in not having to move around because of reflections, all of that makes creating with this device a much superior experience to what an iPad Pro can offer. Mind you, I'm not saying an iPad Pro is a worse device than this one. Simply that for drawing, this one seems much superior to me. An iPad Pro is a very powerful device and superior in many other things, but due to the features mentioned before, Wacom has focused this tablet entirely on the drawing experience. Let's not forget that this device doesn't include cameras or sensors, so if you're looking for a more versatile device, an iPad Pro is a better option. But again, if you want a device for digital drawing or painting, today I believe there is nothing better than this one. And that's it. I hope you liked the video. If you want me to comment on other aspects of this device, more technical topics, battery life, memory, the operating system, or other features, let me know in the comments. I wanted to focus this video mainly on the drawing experience, which is what I think matters more of this specific device, since by its very design and component it is entirely focused on drawing. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!